We have a crazy story to talk about today, guys. Now, most of the time I don't talk about Twitter. Most of the time I'm using that as some form of communication to the community that I've built on here, that I've built on ILP, in a form of a promoting tool. I like going on there, stirring the teapot a little bit every now and then, but for the most part, I don't really interact a whole lot on there. And Microsoft has been very active over there for just about as long as I can remember. Now, it does look like with Elon Musk running things, he has changed a lot of stuff going over there. So let's go ahead and read on the screen on what I'm talking about in this particular moment. So let's switch over there. So as you can see right here, this is some of the changes done. This has been reported by Tom Warner. Shout out to Tom. Microsoft is dropping Twitter from its advertising platforms on April 25th. It comes after Twitter announced little fees to use its API, which access starting at $42,000 a month. Now, I think this doesn't mean what I think it's going to mean. I think this is going to lead to that. So pretty much, let's look into this. Starting on April 25th, smart campaigns with multi-platform will no longer support Twitter. So that pretty much access your Twitter account through our social media management tool, create and manage drafts of tweets, view past tweets and engagement, schedule tweets. Other social media such as Facebook stuff will work. Now, what does this mean? I don't know. I couldn't tell you what this means. I don't really know the behind things like that, and I have reached out to people to find out exactly what this means in terms of marketing on Twitter, and I think that's its own little headache at this current moment. Twitter is a huge beast. Twitter is probably one of the biggest beasts on Facebook. I mean, on the internet right now. Now, the point of the video. Let's read this one from Jez Corden. Jez Corden says, I expect Xbox to lose the Xbox DVR share feature to Twitter since Elon now charges tens of thousands of dollars for the privilege of sending content to its platform. Imagine if YouTube charged companies to upload videos. All right. This is the biggest thing I'm saying. This can't happen. To me, you know that little Xbox share when you share something from your Xbox DVR straight to Twitter? That is very vital on what goes on. If you look up Xbox in general, most of the time when you go to latest, the majority of them is Xbox shares. A lot of them are. And to me, what you're going to do there is you're going to end up being put in a situation to where now these games aren't going to be promoted on your platform every release. Now let's talk about a third party, something big on third party. Let's talk about Harry Potter, the Legacy game that just came out. It's a huge multi-plat. Now imagine if that game came out in a couple weeks when these effects start to take on place. I don't know, it could be months. And what ends up happening is you're only having PlayStation gamers sharing their experiences with this game on Twitter. It's gonna it's gonna be to a point where people are losing perception on if games are even on Twitter. Now, is that the end all be all? No. Is this gonna happen? Once again, we don't know. But what I will say is Elon Musk already put on Twitter that he's gonna sue Microsoft for whatever purposes of this going on. And I think that's just going to be more layers to this issue. And eventually it's going to lead to where they're not going to be communicating with each other at all. And then you're going to go the direction where they're not going to work with each other. I couldn't tell you guys how important it is to me personally, how people being able to share their experiences on Xbox, on Twitter. Because the Switch can do it. Because PlayStation can do it. Because there's a lot of other platforms on PC that lets you do it. If Xbox is the only company that can't do it, it's going to be a really bad look. going to be a really, really bad look. And that's why I'm sitting over here like, this is bad. Because Twitter is one of the last big social medias left. I would say Twitter and Instagram and TikTok are the last three, you know, and we don't know what's going on. And then you look at it like a logistics standpoint, a perception standpoint. PlayStation can share stuff to YouTube and Twitter. Nintendo Switch, I don't know if they can do YouTube, but they can do Twitter. If this happens and this relationship goes downhill because of all this stuff going on, Microsoft's Xbox platform already can't share to YouTube, and then it won't be able to share to Twitter. Now, I'm not saying this is like an end-all be-all thing. This is like a long-term damaging effect, in my opinion, that's going to happen. Imagine you look at something like a huge game like Starfield, and you're not able to really share that content. You're never going to get the kind of reaction from the community that you got something like an Elden Ring. Think about when Elden Ring came out, how many people was sharing Elden Ring content on PlayStation, on Xbox, on, well, obviously not Nintendo Switch, PC, which, you know, for the most part, you could just use one of the programs on PC. Now, the good thing is I'm pretty sure as long as Xbox still has the Xbox app where you can send it to your phone, you'll still be able to post your content. You'll still be able to post your captures, but take it as a content creator. Take it as someone that has tried, and sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not. It's hard to get someone to do something after the fact. It's hard to get someone to leave one thing and do it another. That's why we have clowned on companies like Bungie doing Destiny the way they did. Have your lore in the game. Don't make me go somewhere else to do it. People are going to want to have access to those features straight from their Xbox. They're not going to want to wait and put it on their phone, then put it on Xbox. Now, content creators such as myself, influencers, we ain't really have an issue with this because at the end of the day, we're just going to be able to use a capture card. No harm, no foul. But I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the general consumer that's played Madden that just did that crazy pick and he wants to share that on Twitter. But he can't. But guess who can? The PlayStation counterpart that has a crazy play and he's able to share that on Twitter. It's state of mind. It's pretty much just who is being out there the most. You know, sometimes you can have the less superior product, but if you're out there more and more people are talking about you, more word of mouth is going on, it's not going to matter. I am pleading with Microsoft because I do. If they don't see, obviously, if this is like Elon Musk strong arming them when it comes to their marketing, that's one thing. And to a point, I understand when it comes to stuff like that, you got to put your foot down. But I just hope it doesn't get out of hand. I hope Microsoft's able to work some kind of reasonable contract with them or some middle ground where they can keep the Xbox promoting to Twitter. It's just going to be interesting what happens in the next 6 months to a year. I think Xbox has a lot to prove, and they've done really good jobs, and then they've dropped the ball a few times too. But I think we're going to see a different Xbox going forward. It's just, is Twitter going to be part of that? I don't know. But anyway, you guys know, put it in the comment section below. Do you think that the Twitter thing is an issue? Do you think that if the Xbox ecosystem was not able to just tweet to Twitter like that, do you think that's an issue? Or do you think that social media is overblown and there's not a vast amount of people going on? Like I said, look up Xbox Share. See how many people are sharing stuff on Twitter from Xbox right now. But definitely put in the comment section below what you guys think about that. And until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.